Mm. All right, cool. YouTube didn't hear me swear. You're not supposed to swear inside the first 30 seconds or drop an F bomb. And I did almost immediately. But I didn't hit the go live button until well after. Hopefully. Anywho, it is Monday, and today we're going to be talking about brainstorming ideas to help the um, starving writer, including me. Actually, a lot of, between myself and a lot of people I met on social media, a lot of people are in the same boat. So I figured I'd just make a show out of it and come up and see if we can come up with some ideas to help everybody make more money. I don't know about everybody else, but I am getting bent over a table thanks to seasonal issues. Every year, the writing channel, as well as the Crossing Colorado, gets a lull between, let's say, between April and August, where traffic just dips. So there's only so much you can do. Anywho, we're going to give this a few minutes, wait for everybody to show up. I am drinking out of my new glass today. This is my character from my newest book. I think I'm going to make him a little bit bigger, but I still geek out every time I see it. God, I did such a good job on it. He is on my store right now. At the link is in the description down below. It might actually be in the merch shelf that's below the video, depending on how your YouTube is laid out. But yeah, that's one of my newest glasses. And I still have to make a bigger version of him. So I might have to redo the whole graphic just to make sure I can fit it on something larger. That's what happens when you don't have foresight when you're designing stuff. So we're going to be doing that sometime this week. Well, maybe. I think Wednesday morning is when I have time set aside for merch for the store. So, but yeah, he came out. I don't know if you can see him, but he came out amazing. I love it. And I do plan on putting him. He's so pretty. Yeah, he is. I plan on putting him on all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna merchandise the hell out of the Wraith. We're talking. I've got to have notebooks. That's a given. So I'm gonna order myself some notebooks, some tote bags. Anyway, so we're gonna give this a few minutes. It's 7:02. I know there's a few people that were going to be coming in a little bit later. So, but yeah, it's fun. I mean, there are times where I just realize how much of a badass I am at Photoshop. There's a shadow on it and everything. It came out so pretty. Anyway, and then we need to get some pictures of Shadow so she can have her own line of stuff. Huh. You're just a very difficult cat to photograph. Because she never sits still for longer than 5 seconds at a time. I don't know why. She never has. You're gonna prove me wrong now? Nope. There she goes. Leave my hand alone. Oh. You're up against me now. Anyway, it was fun getting back to the writing sprints today. I finished up a blog post for a client. Worked on setting up the blog post that is going to be coming out on Monday. And then worked on the book cover. So, hey, Diana, how's it going? A plushie? I looked that up. The plushies would cost me an arm and a leg. So, unfortunately, until I gain more popularity, far more members to the channel, plushies are not going to happen. You have to buy them in 25 unit increments, and it can cost up to, it's like $30 a pop. So, I don't have $700. But we still put her on some notebooks and glasses and stuff. Be Shadow. We call it the Shadow Collection. Because she's in as many videos as I am. I think I have a couple of good ones over. I think I have a couple too. I just have to dig through. I would love to put her the purple one, but I'm not sure. I could probably make that work on a notebook. Nice haircut, Michael. Looking sharp. Thank you very much. I wonder who did that. It's nice having a haircut. I lost like 5 pounds. We had a huge storm with booming thunder, flooding, and hail. So did we. You got it after we did. The thunder was so bad it was shaking the windows in the basement. I enjoy it. I like it. I love massive thunderstorms with all kinds of water. Oh yeah. Probably won't need to water my plants for a week, but it's all good. I've got 13 pumpkin plants now coming out of the compost pile. That's not including the 4, 8, 12. I probably have about 20 pumpkin plants in the actual garden. So if all the pumpkins grow, we're going to have a lot of pumpkins this year. So I plan on giving them out free to the kids. So hopefully we'll bleed through a bunch of pumpkins this year. Last year we kind of let them sit outside a little too long and they just kind of didn't go anywhere. So that means a large portion of those in the compost pile are going to be blues. That's going to be cool. But yeah, I've got mammoths and caspers, all kinds of good stuff coming. Feel the thunder. The thunder. I hate that song. You quit. Speaking of paying bills, I have a good editorial job, but I have to pay $400 a month on transportation because there's no other way to get to work. I can't afford it, but it's not ideal. I can afford it, but it's not ideal. $400 a month on transportation. What are you like driving across state or what? The ones in the compost never actually take off well. We only got the one out of that 1 year. But I don't know. I guess I did water it. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's not just the pumpkins either. We also have like sunflowers and onions and it looks like peppers coming out of it. So the compost pile is growing all kinds of random shit this year. I love the compost plants. Yeah. I'm impressed that we have 2 onions poking up. I don't know. It makes me feel weird eating them because of where they're growing. I love onions, but I don't know if I want compost onions. Well, they'll be nutritious, I guess. We also have, it looks like watermelons and cantaloupes, and the cucumber and zucchinis, I think, are starting to grow. So, and we might have some tomatoes sprouting up in the pot. So I'm hoping. The little leaflets look like we have a couple of tomatoes. So that'd be nice. It's just 15-minute drive both ways, and I'm using Lyft's discount, and my workplace won't let me carpool. So, holy crap! Get a car. Can't you just take the bus? Yeah, that's quite a bit, especially if it's not that far away. Ride a bike. I would. I've done it, actually. Used to ride my bike when I worked at the IRS. Rode across Ogden. You go, Farmer John. E-I-E-I-O. Got all kinds of stuff growing. I have a lot of mammoth sunflowers coming up, so that's going to be the real kicker, or the real trick, rather. I have a lot of squirrels, and they often eat the heads off the sunflowers before they have a chance to ripen. So that's going to be fun. Guess we'll have to go outside more often with banana bread and have her chase off the squirrels. And like I said, no other way to get there, no bus stops, etc. Too dangerous to ride a bike because it's along the highway. It's like crappy. Sorry to hear that. You can always get a car. I bought my Dodge Daytona for $550. Of course, that was 20 years ago. 23 years ago. I don't know if you can get a $500 car now. Oh, anywho. So, we're going to be brainstorming ways to survive as a writer. I have a few ideas. Of course, everybody here knows that I started off my writing career using content mills. Unfortunately, AI has pretty much sunk a lot of business that was using content mills, because now people can just have AI do it for free instead of actually paying somebody, who has skill to write. So a lot of companies are going the free route, or the more cost-effective route. In fact, one of my clients tried to push me to use AI instead, and I flat out told him no, not going to happen. And I gave him a reason why. Because I am so good at what I do, they listened. So at least we don't have to worry about that for now. Hey, Margaret, how's it going? But yeah, so I mean, people can still try content mills. I made some money on Fiverr as a writer for doing copywriting. And Writer Access used to have a bunch of stuff that you could do. They also did, I think they added like graphic design and stuff to it too for Writer Access. But Text Broker was what I made the most money on. The only reason why I quit using Text Broker is because I made way more money with private clients. Other than that, it's a easy way to get started if there's jobs available, which has been slowly getting strangled out. So content mills sounds too much like puppy mill. Yeah, honestly, the only reason I'm staying is because it's better than being unemployed. I hate to say that. No, well, true. Any money is better than no money, which is kind of the topic today. I did make tens of thousands of dollars on content mills, but remember that was also 2012, and then I stopped writing for content mills back in 2017. So I had a good 5-year run. Then I got private clients, and you'll always make more money on private clients than you will on content mills. So, exactly, Michael, I'm contributing to the topic. Yeah, you are. There's all kinds of ways you can make more money as a writer, and a lot of ways you can cut costs as a writer. Like, I remember back when streaming services were starting out, and everybody's like, cut the cord to cable and just stream everything. Do you know that I pay more money for all the streaming services I have now than I ever did for the most elaborate plans for cable television 15 years ago? Yeah, not so much. Saving money, my ass. That moment when you have enough years to notice impact of inflation, it's rough. Oh yeah. It's not just inflation, but how things have changed over the years. And as a writer, because I was going to start publishing books like a long time ago, I got into checking out CreateSpace before before Amazon bought CreateSpace and changed it to KDP. I was interested in trying that out, but even that, I mean, just in the last few years since I published Freelancer's Tale back in 2021, there's like been all kinds of shifts in the industry, mostly because of AI. But then you have, KDP's now offering AI narration for Audible. Really? I don't know. I listened to an AI on a YouTube channel, and I immediately stopped watching and shut it on, and clicked on the do not recommend again, because you can tell it was AI. Instead of content, it said content in the context of the sentence. Like, huh, nope. I see what you did there. And I can see some people using AI for certain things, like maybe if somebody has a severe speech impediment that's not going to be comprehensible, but they still want to make content. So I can see some aspects like that. But for the most part, all the people I've ever seen use it are only using it because they're either too lazy or don't want to learn. And so, I don't know. I wrote a blog post earlier today about my thoughts on using AI as a creator, and it's a little bit different than what a lot of authors hate about AI, because of stealing the work to train it. And I played devil's advocate in the blog post. So I wondered how many people stopped following me. The devil's advocate side of me was, isn't that what humans do? Don't we use the work of others to improve our own knowledge and skill set? So what would the difference be aside from one's a human and one's creative? Now or a bot. I do believe that authors should get paid for they're using their works to train AI. I mean, we pay for college books, right? But my biggest issue with AI, generative AI, is that the people who use generative AI and then claim to be the artist, like, no, the bot did it, you didn't. So anyway, that's a story for something else. I love that part of the Substack. Yeah, I played devil's advocate. Actually, I brought up some good points. I mean, so that's how I view it. I do believe that we should get paid for helping Meta train their freaking AI. And then their guy says that if they had to ask all the authors, then it would kill the industry. No. How would it kill the industry? There's going to be some people out there that'll go ahead and let you do it. I don't know. It's a mess. But yeah, AI has done a lot of damage to some of the ways we used to make money. So like content mills are no longer on the table. So we have to come up with different methods. And a lot of us will try to write books and try to publish them. The extent of a lot of people's marketing is social media. I can tell you, trying to market on social media is it's almost a waste of time. I haven't sold a book since I did the panel at Barnes & Noble back in January. Even though I post about my book at least twice a week, not a single sale. Social media is not what it used to be for book sales. So, but that's a different article. Anyway, maybe the industry needs to be disrupted like spinning wheels back in the day. Yeah. Maybe. Hardest part is figuring out how to do that. Like, I would love to build a company that would sync Amazon's KDP. That's my goal in life. But in order to do that, I would have to have a lot of money. I looked up how much a printing press was because I was going to start a business and set up a printing press to make it affordable for authors to have printed books without having to buy 1,000 at a time or to use Amazon. And motherfuckers are $350,000. So yeah, I'm not getting one of those anytime soon. They're a bit on the expensive side. So I guess we can start a Kickstarter. Wonder how many people would contribute to that. I have a Kickstarter for everything else. We should do a Kickstarter to kill Amazon. Build a business to destroy KDP. I don't know. There's a lot of things there's a lot of other platforms you can sell books on, but Amazon is the biggest, and Barnes & Noble would do well if they would actually compete with KDP, but they don't. So, there's the hand there. Yes, Jennifer? Are we raising our hands now to speak? Did you see my last comment? Also, my boss is resigning because whoops. Let's try that again. Oh, also, my boss is resigning because she is too stressed out from all the work. Can you believe it? Yes. Some people are just pansies. No, I don't know. She could be she could be overloaded. I have had days like that when I was working as a network administrator, a network technician for the school district in Sterling. And there are times where you get so tired of the teachers. You're like, I just want to burn the building down. See, I'd contribute to a Kickstarter. I'm in. Yeah, I'm not sure what this means for me. I'm just concerned. Well, start if it's too much, there's nothing that says you have to. It's not written in stone. You can always look for another job, and I mean, keep doing the one you're doing, but look for something that's either closer or pays more, with less stress. Um, that's a good way. LinkedIn is like I keep getting notices from LinkedIn about companies looking for writers. So, and not just copywriters either. So, yeah, but the job market sucks, especially for writers. I don't know. It's like I said, I keep getting notifications all the time from LinkedIn. Um, I have got a few from 24/7 Talent. They still think I live in California though. So like, do you want to work in San Francisco? No. That's long distance. There was a couple that were online, but they're based in San Francisco. That's this close to accepting, but I'd have to quit doing everything I'm doing. So I don't know if I want to do that. So what other ideas do we got here for making money as writers so that we can live out our dreams? Hmm. I don't know if I actually spent time building up a YouTube channel. I might pay more than $50 a month. Speaking of which, new video comes out next Monday. This week I'm gonna be working on getting back on Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. So next Monday is going to be a short one about archiving and deleting books off Readsy, and then I think I'm going to be doing a review on Focus Writer, which is it's a neat app. There are better writing apps out there, I think, but for a distraction-free writing platform that can be customized, it is kind of fun. I might still use it for writing Seven or Despair just because it's there and I like it. It's kind of fun. I'd rather use like Scrivener or Readsy personally, but there's some cool stuff out there. So, and then I can't remember what I'm doing Friday. So that's how this writer is going to try to make some more money. Try to play around on Google or on YouTube and keep building the blog. I don't make a lot of money on it. I think I make like anywhere between $3 and $5 a day with YouTube and the blog combined. So it's nothing to retire on, but it's small. That's how everything starts. I know, Michael. I'll connect with you on LinkedIn. Yep. If you see me on LinkedIn, you can try. But if I don't know you or if I haven't seen you before, there's a good chance I'm not going to connect. I do know Diana, so I have no problems connecting with you. Let's see, what about submitting to contests with a cash prize? There's a lot of those out there. I did a blog post recently about Readsy's cash prizes, and I think, yeah, I did one. I did a blog post last week or the week before about places where you can submit flash fiction, and a lot of them were contest sites. And so, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing a few of them because with flash fiction, I can do one of those inside of a writing sprint. On average, when I'm working on my books, I can crank out anywhere from 2,000 to 2,500 words inside of a 2-hour stretch. So I don't think 1,000 words would be anything off the skin off my back. And Readsy pays $250 to the PayPal account. And I know Readsy's legit because, well, I support the shit out of Readsy, but I am an affiliate for Readsy's masterclass, and I have sold a couple of courses from it, so I have made a little bit of money on it, and it does get deposited directly to PayPal. So there's a couple other contests too that look really neat, and if anything, I think I'm going to enter them just so that I have a blog post and a video about it. So content, again, helping me make more money. But yeah, there's a lot of contests out there with cash prizes. Problem is that you have to, a lot of them you have to like pay your entry fee. And I've seen a lot of people on social media say, bitch and moan about entry fees to writing contests. Like, but that's how contests work. So, like when I join a league at Top Golf to play every week, I have to pay to play that. Sure, there's a chance I could or could not win cash prizes, but I still have to pay it. So most legitimate writing contests, you're going to have to pay to enter. So just got to have faith in whether your stuff is worth $25 or not. And I think some of the other ones that came across were only a $5 entry fee. I think Reedsy was 25 or it was 25 total for the 5. So Reedsy might be $5 entry fee. I think. I'm pretty sure that's where it is. Let me connect. So I think we're good. Awesome. Yeah, as soon as later, if I'm ever on LinkedIn again, I get notifications from LinkedIn. I'm rarely ever on it. So anyone who has a BA or an MA in writing or English can also teach a few credits per year online to students. It pays about $3,500 per school term. Ooh. Maybe that's what I should do. Get my bachelor's and start teaching. I know a lot of people here that want me to do courses anyway. Like in the very beginning, there was most of it was courses on how to succeed at content mills because I have made thousands of dollars of it. But I think I've also had a few inquiries about doing online courses for WordPress, blog writing, and self-publishing. So I might just start playing around with it. If anything, it's going to give me content. And if anybody here has a blog, it's not that hard to set up, especially if you use WordPress. There's all kinds of LMS software out there. Let's see. That's great info. Maybe in the future I can consider that. Yeah. I just saw subscription-based services as a good move for climate, less manufacturing, but I'm irked whenever apps don't let you buy outright. I'm just a dinosaur. No. Are you just a dinosaur? No, I hate software as a service, something fierce. I would rather buy something outright. That's why I liked Atticus. Atticus was only $150. It's mine forever. Scrivener, same thing. I am kind of perturbed that Reedsy did their whole software as a service stuff, but in Reedsy's defense, the free platform of Reedsy is still quite a bit more robust than a lot of other free systems out there. So Reedsy is still in the top 3 for me, but you're not a dinosaur. I feel the same way. I hate software as a service, something fierce. The gaming industry ruined games. Everybody wants to do the whole subscription-based crap, and it just, how about you just make a good product and then make other good products? I don't know. Look at Adobe when they first started out. You could buy Photoshop by itself, $300. Buy Illustrator for another 100 or $300. The CS Suite was like $900, but every year or so they would come out with a new version, and they still made money on it. Nowadays, everything's $20 a month. Like I pay $20 a month for Premiere and $10 a month for Photoshop, but I do have access to all of the Premiere stock photos and tools, and the online storage for Adobe. So I don't know. I would still rather buy it outright. I can't stand it. Let's see. I have some links. I'll hook you up. I guess apps becoming subscription doesn't cut down on manufacturing, so it doesn't apply to them. They're just money grabbing. Yeah, it is. Like they're saying, like especially with the gaming industry, oh, it takes so much more for games to be made now. Like bullshit. Most of the stuff you use is automated. So back in the day, we had to hard code stuff by hand, and then you had to print out discs, the marketing materials, the case. There was a lot of hardware involved in creating a game. And we were still buying them for $20. Tell me it's gone up that much, you lying bastard. Same with the software. Like every year, Adobe does a few tweaks here and there, and they call it There's version 2025. Okay. It's nothing special, but you have to pay it if you want to keep using it. So I think SaaS is it's to appease shareholders. I hate it. Their examples were carpeting and AC, which does. How about getting sponsored? Where's Fireball? Right? I would love to get sponsored by Fireball. I keep saying that on social media. Where's my? I'm gonna start like adding them on Twitter, mentioning. I wonder if they have a YouTube channel. How do you feel about support through crowdfunding, like Ream or Patreon, as a provider versus as a supporter? I don't think I created a Patreon like a long time ago. I do have Fourth Wall that runs my store, and I was thinking about adding membership services to it. I did have Buy Me a Coffee for the longest time. Buy Me a Coffee is another good one for writers. I made a big chunk of money on Buy Me a Coffee. Works kind of like Patreon and Ko-Fi. That's how I made like $300 in one shot from somebody who just appreciated the Readsy videos. So there's a good one for you. Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and Ko-Fi. But I was a big user of Buy Me a Coffee, and then I stopped doing that because I can't remember why. Didn't have any paying subscribers, so I said fuck it. But I did make a lot in donations. So I was thinking about doing something similar with Fourth Wall, but for now, the Fourth Wall is just the merch store. But yeah, Patreon's a good one. I haven't used it yet, but from everybody that I've seen use it, they enjoy it. And Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-Fi are essentially the same things as Patreon. Same with the Fourth Wall. Biggest thing about Fourth Wall and Patreon, though, is that with Fourth Wall, you can still do memberships and direct donations and such, and still provide members-only content. But you also get access to sell merch, which you don't get on Patreon. So, and Fourth Wall takes like the fees on Fourth Wall are like stupid low. Let's see. Make me more experienced by be a confident teacher. Where is? I thought I saw someone said that I would make a good. Let's see. Let's see. LinkedIn. 3,500 per term. Oh, Michael, you would be a great professor. I want to respond to that. Thank you. I think I would. I'm not. I think I would be more. I'm more entertaining than a lot of professors out there, and I think people would actually pay attention to me. That's what I keep saying. Yeah, Diana's been saying that she wanted me to meet her teachers a long time ago. Let's see. My childhood dream was to create a story-driven point-and-click computer game. Like, I love, like, choose your own adventures. I'm still this close to doing it with my blog for the hell of it. So, now more than ever, my dream is possible. Oh, yeah. Use, if you want to start messing around with it, try out RPG Maker. RPG Maker makes all kinds of the games. So you can do overview 2D scrollers. I bet we can do a point and click thing that you were talking about before. Because yeah, I've seen your when you're doing school, we are talking about it. So there's all kinds of platforms out there. You can make it for relatively cheap. RPG Maker is not even, I don't think, like $90. So I haven't. I just haven't done anything with it. Makes me want to be the kind of person who could say, I'll stick with my 65 Packard. Thanks. Keep your upgrades. Right? I had my 1990 Dodge Daytona for the longest time. Drove it into the ground. I miss that car. She was a lot of fun. But yeah, I would prefer just paying for. No, I remember when shit just worked. Like nowadays, you can even get upgrades. They still have to release patches. when you're buying games, it's open or alpha. It's in alpha and beta stages for like years and years, all while charging you money for it. And I don't know. I remember back when game companies used to hire beta testers to try to break their game. I don't know when they decided, hey, we can make money by letting people buy the beta of it. Then they can report the breaks. Then we can still make money on top of a game. So, yeah, a lot of things have changed. I still, well, let's see. Okay, I just need to find an artist, musician, etc. to work with. But AI could probably do a lot of the work. It can, but you know how I feel about generative AI. So some of the music that KDC made on his new channel on YouTube, he did a bunch of music videos with AI, and I gotta admit it sounds pretty good. But I'm still, I don't know. I guess I'm a fuddy-duddy. Oh, Sign of the times. Channel Fireball. Should make a channel called Fireball. Send to him. Do you want this? Buy it from me. Patron still feels weird to me. But trying to get over it 5 years in. Yes, I was a little odd about buying me a coffee. Trying to come up with like what makes me worth $5 a month, and that was the hardest part for me because, like with the channel, YouTube channel, I have YouTube memberships on. I got one member right now, so I'm trying to think what would make worth $5 a month, and so right now I have videos are a week ahead, and then I'm going to start doing the Friday live streams at 5 for channel members only. What we'll do is we're actually going behind the scenes of how I build everything. So like the sound effects for the writing sprints, we're going to be playing around in Premiere, downloading the sounds from Epidemic Sounds. I'm going to show you how I put all those together to make the writing sprints. After that, we'll probably play around with how I created this guy in Photoshop. Much bigger though. So a lot of the behind the scenes stuff of how I build stuff. And that's going to be on Fridays at 5 for members only. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can give people? Discount codes maybe on members only community tab stuff. I just don't know what's worth $5 a month. What would you pay $5 a month for? I mean, is that enough? Or do we need to add more pizzazz? Well, if I did it topless, I know I'd get like 4 or 5 people here that sign up immediately. Well, probably not because 2 of them aren't here tonight. There we go. Friday night hot tub live stream. No, we're not going to turn this into Holy Bands. Let's see, but I want the artwork to be beautiful. I would prefer hiring somebody if I had the money. That's why after I finish publishing Shadows and Fury, because I would love to have Fury done before October, because I'm going to read Between the Stars for book signings. If I can get Fury done, my next project is going to be to buy a pre-made book cover by people, and then write the story based on the image. It's going to be one of the writing challenges. I think we all ought to go out and see if we can find an affordable cover art, and then write a book based on the image. Nothing more. You take the image and just create a story out of it. See how well it comes out. I think we can make a whole group effort out of it. I think that'd be fun. We could also do something similar like that with for free. Like if everybody uses Canva, just make a well, Canva has templates, but I'm trying to think of ways we can get involved in a community writing challenge. I think it'd be fun. There's all kinds of different ways to do it. The hardest part is trying to figure out how to get everybody to link their accounts without being spammy. Let's see. So Patreon, we've got Buy Me Coffee, Ko-Fi, Patreon, Fourth Wall. Those are all similar platforms for writers. Let's see. I don't want to just have pixelated artwork. I want it to look like hand paintings, like the old games. Yeah. Oh, for your games, yeah. You could probably find something in Fiverr for relatively cheap that'll do it. OnlyFans for writers. Not so much. Most of the work is probably writing the story and designing the puzzles that will come before artwork and music. Yeah. If you're looking for music, Epidemic Sounds is only $15 a month, and all you gotta do is connect the project that you're using, and you have access to a freaking slew of sound effects and music on Epidemic Sound. I like Epidemic. It's what I use for Despair and the audiobooks. Or not the Despair audiobooks and the writing sprints. So, but yeah, music is relatively cheap if you get it from platforms like that. I used to have a list of websites where you can get sound effects and music from. YouTube has a lot of royalty-free stuff that you can use. It's not nearly as good though. I see Fourth Wall connects to YouTube Shop. Have you connected with it? Yes, it is connected. I haven't sold anything, but then again, I haven't really made a lot of videos. People aren't watching very much. But yeah, I don't know how your YouTube is set up, but on desktop, if you look at my probably the live stream, there should be a shelf right below the video that has the products in it, and it's not below this one. I wonder if it's not if it doesn't work on the live streams then. Let me open up one of my other videos because it's connected, and I see all the time that people look at certain products. On YouTube. Let's see one of my other videos. Let's see if it shows. It was really easy to connect Fourth Wall to YouTube though, but you have to be in the YPP, the YouTube Partner Program, before you can do that. That took me 6 years. So, let's see. Let me find any one of my videos. Let's do this one. Bunk. Okay, I want to turn off the sound here so we're not. Hey, look, an ad. Oh, yep. See if I scroll down, there's the shop. Yay. Shows Atlantic City. There's my cup that I'm using right here. Yeah, so it does work on any of the regular videos. But maybe it just doesn't do it for the live streams. I need to get more shit on my channel. I think I'm gonna start doing the autographed books on Fourth Wall as well. Sweet. So I haven't, even though I haven't sold anything from it, it didn't take much to set up, and I do see that people have clicked on the goods, so they just haven't bought it yet. So maybe I should look to make sure. Also, keep in mind that I don't get a lot of views, so I'm barely keeping it together to get ad revenue at the moment. Orders. Okay, so there's, yeah, see, it's just showing me the order that I did because I ordered this glass and then 2 coffee mugs that are behind me. So, yeah. But I don't really have a lot on it, so. If I work for a game studio, I have to do what they want me to do. It's like that with most creative fields. Yep, exactly. Unless you buy the software, do it yourself, and then you can slap it up on Steam and make your own money. Be an indie developer. Okay, so let's see what we got. We have content mills are fading away. We talked about a writing contest, which there are plenty of. I'm going to build. I'm start building a web page of different places where you can submit for contests. Now, if you go to WriterSanctuary.com, I do have a blog post for, in fact, I might as well share it here. A blog post for submitting flash fiction, and most of those are most of them do have contests connected. What the hell is my website? Too many bookmarks. You should see my browser. Let's see. I enjoy these conversations, Michael. Great topic. Thank you. You can actually thank Jennifer. It was her idea. This email is correct. Okay, so where you can submit your work, which I am going to do as soon as I get to as soon as the dust settles. I don't want to bite off more than I can chew. I want to finish Shadows. I want to finish Fury. But as soon as I get all these other ones done, you bet your ass I'm going to start entering a bunch of contests. So the post is it flash fiction? What is flash fiction and why should you write it? I believe this one at the bottom has a list of places where you can submit your flash fiction. Inkitt, yep, craft, flash fiction online, Reedsy writing, Reedsy weekly writing contest, writing battle. Writing battle looks fun. It uses like a tarot deck type thing where it randomly pulls the topic that you have to write about. It looks pretty cool. So I might be doing that one. Flash fiction magazine. So okay, so here is this post, and after describing what flash fiction is, you can go through and check out some of the sites. Check out Writing Battle. That one looks like a lot of fun. I'm going to do that one, and I'm obviously going to do the Reedsy weekly writing contest. But Writing Battle looks like a blast. I just did a screen recording, panning up through all the tabs open on my phone. Maybe it'll go into a video over 100. Nice. I think, let's see, what do I have? Right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22. But I also shut down half of them before I started the video. That's a fun part of being an author. Like when I'm writing, when I was writing Shadows, the tabs on Chrome were so small, I had one letter, so I couldn't remember where the tab was. I started shutting them down because I couldn't see them. Yeah, it's easy to fill your tabs. Sounds like Cards Against Humanity for writing prompts. It kind of is. It's really cool how the writing battle is set up. So, let's see. I've seen people do videos about their weirdest search history, so that's probably what it would be aimed at. Yeah, I'm on a list somewhere. There's a couple of posts I did on social media. The shark one was awesome. I researched if a shark could swallow a person whole. So, and then I commented, it's for research, I swear. Yeah, I've looked up a few things that I probably should have done on incognito mode, but I didn't. That's because I don't care. If they're gonna knock on my door, I can prove I'm an author. So, I don't give a shit. I've never been one to care. Like, people threaten doxing. I'm like, I'm Gen X. Doxing to us was the white pages, all right? We've been doxed for the first half of my year, or first half of my life. I've been following you since before COVID. Yeah, Diane has been, I can't believe I've been following your channel for almost 10 years now. Yeah, you've been following it since, you were like one of the first people to follow. You, Neil, and Chris. That was back in 2018. So yeah, maybe it's more like 8 years. Yeah, I think you've been around as long as I've had the channel open. I think you started watching them later in the year, in 2018, if I remember right. I know Chris was watching. Chris is the one that actually talked me into starting the channel in the first place. So, and that's when we were doing textbooker stuff. Because I was the go-to. I was the GOAT for textbooker. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, Mountain Java. Mountain Java moonshine's awesome. That's coffee. I discovered you when your sell small channel. I thought this guy seems chill. Yep. Rico Suave. I originally worked for TV. Yep. I think that's how, let's see, Chris started me with Textbroker, with Textbroker videos. I think Neil started watching this because she was thinking about doing Textbroker. And then you joined us shortly after that. And then we had Ron, Philip, and Queen Adams. We had a lot of people over the years. So yeah, Diane is one of the OGs. I would totally watch a video about a weird search history. I would, but there's some things in my search history that I probably don't want to show. So, yeah, probably not. Good luck with the ideas. Ta-ta for now. Have a good one. Thank you for hanging out with us, Margaret. We've got some good ideas going, I think. Guess we'll write them out. Yeah, check out the writing battle, something. I can't remember. Fuck. Wattpad, Inkitt, Craft's a good one. Flash fiction, online, writing battle. That's what it is. And they have, I think it's quarterly. It's a $20 entry fee. And you only need to submit a 500-word story. I could do a 500-word story before I wake up. So, now if it's going to be any good, it's another story. But yeah, there's 7 websites you can submit flash fiction to. I think half of them have contests. Even Wattpad. Wattpad has contests all the time too. And I think, yeah, Inkitt does. Because I talked about using Galatea. Never used it though, so I don't know how well Galatea is for their publishing opportunities. One person claimed that they made $15,000 per month on Galatea, but I was never able to find the website or the author who claimed that. So take it with a grain of salt. But Inkitt and Wattpad also have money-making elements to it. So there's something else you can take a look at for writing. I'm an OG. Yeah, you're OG. Original groupie. Sorry. You're one of the OG viewers. Can we get a list of these on the community tab? I wasn't writing them down. So if somebody wants to write them down, we can put them on the community tab. I'll tell you what, I'll go through I'll go through the ideas and try to list them all off. And I'll do a bullet list on the community tab. Or I might just write a blog post and then share that on the community tab as well. So yeah, I will definitely have something on the community tab. Original Gangster. I know what an OG is. I was trying to make it more related to writing, and I don't know why groupie came into mind. So it is what it is. Anyway, is there anything else? We got books that you can publish. We talked about the donation platforms, the writing contests, blogging. That's, one of my staples. Blogging YouTube channel. I didn't really dive too much into those because we talk about those all the time. So I was trying to come up with new things that we've tried doing. Especially now that AI is kind of kicking everything in the dick. Jennifer brought up being able to teach if you have your BA, which, as soon as I start, I would love to start CU in August. And as soon as I do, if it takes the same credits as Snoo did, I'm a quarter of the way through my bachelor's degree. So that'd be awesome. Tutoring. There we go. Tutoring's a good one. those you'd probably have to like search on Facebook Marketplace or something, editing essays for friends at the university. Yeah, I've seen a lot of essay writers on social media, on LinkedIn. There's actually a couple of websites that are specifically for essay writing. Constant Content has essay writing to it. So there's all kinds of ways you can do essays. I made $800 for someone. I crammed an 8-week course into less than a week. Made $800 on it. Yeah, I helped her get an A. I worked as a tutor before getting my writing position at the university. Remote writing positions are so competitive. I never heard back. Yeah, that's there's. It's one of the hardest things about being a writer nowadays is that everybody thinks they can be one, and so you are. You have a lot of competition, so you have to make yourself stand out. Some fierce. I'm lucky. I have a background with Green Geeks. I'm easily Googleable. I have a YouTube channel and a blog that's not like worthless. I guess not worthless. I don't know the word for it, but I do have experience and background, and I'm easy to find. So I have a little bit more sway when it comes to clients and direct writing for clients. But yeah, it's competitive. Everybody's a writer, and speaking from experience as a hiring manager for one of my clients, not everybody should be a writer. There's a lot of people out there that need to go back to school. I try not to be rude. I won't be rude to them directly, but my God, if you can't at least spell check your cover letter, don't submit your resume. Yeah. Everyone thinks they can be a writer. Yeah, it's like my friend Brett. Uh, he attempted to write for Textbroker back in 2011, and they rated him an average writer, and he flipped his shit. I mean, he was vein popping out of his forehead, beet red. I mean, he was going to stroke out. He was pissed, and all I could think is, dude, just because you have a few poems on your computer doesn't make you a writer. So I went the other route, and when I applied, they rated me an average writer. But then I spent a year and a half perfecting my skills and became one of the best writers I had. So, yeah, not the point is that not everybody who thinks they are a writer should be a writer. And I'm not trying to be rude. It's just some people just can't put together comprehensive sentences. It means to be a meme about someone applying for a writing position with poorly written cover letter. I don't need to make a meme. I lived it. I have seen some of the worst cover letters from writers when we were hiring, and just a lot of them were cringeworthy. Like that's why I made that list. I don't know if anybody watched the live stream. I think Diana was here for it, but one of my pet peeves was people using anime characters as their avatar in their cover letter. Like, no, that shows me you're not serious. Next, please. Oh, there's some people that, yeah. Anyway, what else we got? We got those writing contests that they got brought up. What else did we talk about? Using the stuff like Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and Ko-Fi, which are all three of those are great for writers, especially if you're offering like unique writing to members, so like short stories and stuff. Behind the scenes direct content. What else can we do? I really want to dive into more contests. There's a lot of those out there. There's all kinds of places where you can, like online magazines and shit. A lot of those will hire writers as a contract labor, contract. They'll pay per piece, and a lot of them pay relatively well. So if you can get like 5 or 6 magazines under your belt that you're writing for, a lot of them will only pay you like I think one I saw was $800, but you could only write one article for them each month. So if you can get like 5 or 6 of those behind you, that's actually making some decent money. You only have to write one article a month per company. You write 6 articles, that's less than a week's worth of work. Shit, I could probably write 6 articles in a day. And so, yeah, some of those will pay relatively well. They're harder to find, and a lot of them don't have direct applications, so you have to contact the webmaster or whoever's managing the website. But there are a lot of them out there that'll pay decent. So one article for $800. Yeah, I wish I could remember who was doing it. It was it was a magazine. It was a fairly popular magazine. I just can't remember which one it was. And this was like years ago, so I don't know if they still do it, but a lot of them well paid decent. So I think that's all I can think of at the moment, unless anybody has any other ideas. But I think for me, I think I'm gonna start looking closer at writing contests and online courses, because I know a lot of people have asked me for at least for the WordPress courses, and I know WordPress inside and out, so I would feel confident enough doing WordPress courses, maybe even some self-publishing courses. It's that imposter syndrome. I don't feel comfortable enough teaching something I don't know a lot about, and I'm still relatively new. So definitely WordPress and blogging stuff and writing courses. So I'm old enough to remember when Reader's Digest would do that. Yeah, right. Reader's Digest. Well, that's where Stephen King made a ton of money on Reader's Digest when he first started. So that's how you get noticed. That's why I like some of these, some of the ones I highlighted today, or in that blog post of flash fiction, was a lot of them are e-zines, is what they call them. They're magazines online, and flash fiction online, and they work similarly to Reader's Digest. So you start getting your name in some places, and you start getting more recognition, which is one of the reasons why I want to write more stories. I'm a whore for publicity. That's how I kicked the lawyer and the doctor off of Google search for my name. Oh yeah. It took me a couple of years, but I did it. I won. Yeah, I am exceptionally Googleable. And I did that on purpose. Anywho, I guess we can wrap this up. I can't think of any more. Does anybody else have any other ideas? Before we wrap this up, we'll do our daily affirmation card here. I think we got quite a few ideas out there for everybody to try out. The great thing is that a lot of them either cost exceptionally low or don't cost anything at all. So to get started. Now, if you want to set up a blog, that'll cost a little bit of money. But I'm a big proponent of every author having a blog. So, oh shit, what was the last card? Last week's daily affirmation was, I think this was it. The answer for how to start my blog, finish my article, or write the outline for my book is right here. I will peacefully reflect and dig deep with inspiration until inspiration awakens within me. I'm inspired all the time. That's right. That was the card, because that was my response. All right. Well, this week's daily affirmation is, and I'll try to remember to get this on the community tab, I will create stories that are complex, interesting, and believable. I will create content that someone cannot wait to get their hands on. That's what I try to do on a daily basis. I don't know about complex. Interesting and believable, definitely. But yeah, I do a lot of SEO stuff, so I always try to write articles that someone cannot wait to get their hands on. My problem is fighting the Google algorithm. Okay, so that is this week's daily affirmation is, I will create stories that are complex, interesting, and believable. I will create content that someone cannot wait to get their hands on. Anywho, does anybody have anything else to add before we call this a night? Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Don't forget that Freelancer Tale and Kingmaker are both available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I don't think I have Kingmaker on Barnes & Noble. Link is in the description down below of the books that I publish. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, go always reach out to me on Facebook. On social media. Facebook maybe, because they send me messages and I get a notification when I get a message like 4 days later. Instagram usually contacts me immediately. Threads. Twitter, I'll reply, but I'm rarely on Twitter nowadays. I have auto posts that go to Twitter, but I really don't mess with Twitter that much. It's become a dumpster fire. I am going to be creating a Blue Sky account. I have one. I just haven't really done anything with it. I think I have one post on it. I don't even remember the login. So maybe I should figure that out. But I definitely will reply to pretty much anything on YouTube because it comes to me directly. And I have YouTube open all day. Not because I watch it, but because I monitor my videos and stuff. So if you have any comments on anything, any questions, or regarding the topic tonight, or anything really, leave a comment. I'll respond to you pretty quick. Anywho, thank you guys for hanging out. And next week we'll do an actual topic, and I think I'm gonna have Arlo's not gonna be on until after the 16th. I was gonna have Arlo on next week, but they have they have some things I have to deal with on that Tuesday, so Arlo won't be on until after DJ. And DJ Cook was here when we were talking with Sean about their the RPG that they have on Kickstarter, and we're going to be talking about how to connect RPGs and stuff to writing. So it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Anywho, that will be on the 16th. So next week we'll just be shooting from the hip, like always. Anywho, thank you all for hanging out. Cross your fingers I can get Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos starting next week published. That'll be great. I'll be doing a writing sprint tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. Today I was working on some stuff to the rain and the thunderstorms and fireplace, what it was. I'll probably do that again tomorrow because it is that kind of weather here in Colorado. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.